Alright, it's like 4 a.m. Alright, it's like 4 a.m. So this is when I do my best thinking, but I don't really feel like reading anything else that I wrote. I'm gonna read this story real quick, and then I'll probably just talk gibberish after that. I already like two of them. But this one right here is like, for now, I'll do some other ones some other time. Because I gotta put this stuff out there. Like, I don't want it to be wasted. Like, my whole life, this is it. This is everything. Never done anything good with my life other than try to, like, come up with ways of looking at stuff and expressing it to people. So, like, yeah. Like, I want as many people to know this stuff, to hear this stuff, and ponder on it. And I want to try to put some different kind of thoughts out there in the world, just make people think, I guess. I don't know. But this story right here is kind of confusing, even to me. I can understand that. This is like a vision I had, basically. I had a vision of the things that were going on, but I couldn't really explain what was going on, in my life situation. And it's like a situation I think a lot of people can relate to. So I just like metaphorically took, I took things from everyday life that people understand a feeling. I describe feelings in a physical way, the emotional things, and describe them in a physical way. So I described all the emotions I was going through, in this situation, gave them all physical attributes and made like sort of a narrative of my psychology or whatever in this situation. I feel a lot of people probably go through this. Maybe you can relate. Maybe you can help me, tell me, where I'm going wrong, what happened or whatever, what you did and how you got through it, or anything like that. I don't know. Alright, so basically what happened was, I gotta give a little background story to it. Basically what happened was, I was in a situation where I fell in love, and it's a common situation where you fall in love with someone, and everyone in your life that you had before you met that person, your friends, everything, everybody was like, yeah, you're the coolest, all this other stuff. And then, like, when you get with this one person, it's like they don't get along with them, and you're in love. You want to show your dedication, your loyalty, and everything. So you gotta kind of choose a side, or whatever. You gotta choose your love or your friends and stuff. And it's like, okay. So then what happened was I just couldn't express how I was feeling or whatever, what I was going through, and I just described how I felt, what it felt like, if I can come up with anything similar. And so what I thought of is, I'm going to write this down because the person I was in love with was trying to understand, my friends were trying to understand, and I tried to figure out how I can write it down. So I wrote it down as if I was a traveler, if I was someone with no past, no future, just seeking somewhere to plant roots, and this is a letter that I'm writing because I feel that everything's falling apart around me, and that I may not make it anywhere, I may not get to anyone to share my side of life. So I write this in my dying place. As the traveler, I write this in my dying place. It's called From a Lost and Lonely Soul. This is a story of a lonely traveler from his mind's eye. I find that there exists a world with many other worlds in it. Each world is divided by an ocean that surrounds them. The ocean is a sea of burning love. The hearts of the people who live in the world fuels the blaze. The fire burns so strongly that it makes you ball up in one place and cry yourself to sleep. Therefore, the only way to cross over the other worlds is by the many bridges that connect the worlds. Each world may have 2, 3, 20 or more bridges connected to other worlds. In addition, each world may have many bridges connected to a single world. That is the lucky world, as you will soon learn why. From time to time, people in some of the worlds try to create shortcuts to the other worlds. However, they do not last, because if you cheat or deceive in order to get to another world, the hearts will pour so much fuel into the ocean that it will rise up and burn you with a wave of love. Some of the ways that people try to cheat is by buying their way into another world, or making the other world think they're somebody that they aren't. The only true way is to cross the bridges that you build. Throughout my life, I have lived in a world that I did not particularly like. Others who sometimes visited my world by way of the bridges they built also have access to other lovely worlds that they enjoy. I myself chose to sit back and learn about other worlds until I found out what kind of world I would like to build my bridges to. In the process, I have built bridges to some fairly nice places. In general, they were average and predictable. One day, I built a bridge to a place that turned out to be a world of wonder. Everywhere I turned, there was something to hold my interest. Right off the bat, landscape was beautiful. Even in stormy weather, the land itself was gorgeous. I was so amazed at the world, and I had no idea how I built the bridge to get there. This place is so amazing that now I spend every waking moment and most of my sleeping moments thinking about it. I made many mistakes in this world when I visited it, that the heart of the person in that world continues to cause the ocean to burn me. Let me first explain how these things got this way. I cross my bridge daily into this world, and I've had fun there. Other people from the worlds which I had bridges to came into my world and then into the new world I had found. They were furious that I wouldn't leave this world and return to the other worlds. However, I couldn't, because I loved the new world so much. It made me feel full and complete. The other people's hearts fueled the ocean to the point that it burned the bridge I had built. I didn't know how I had built it to begin with, so I didn't know how to rebuild it. I was trapped in my sorry old world with nowhere to turn except to the other worlds. So I sat alone, staring at the bridges to the other worlds and across the fiery ocean to the world I so longed for. The people of the other worlds greeted me and happily invited me to return with them, but I kept thinking about that beautiful world. I kept asking myself what could have been. Then, suddenly, a bridge appeared from nowhere, and it was that gorgeous world I had fallen in love with, except it was cold, and I could hardly see anything. But I stayed for a while, hoping the weather would clear as it always did. The weather cleared, and it was great again, but only for a short time before lightning and tornadoes came across the whole land. I couldn't bear it, so I left, and when I wanted to come back, the bridge had been burned again. Now, this happened many times till I grew so tired of running back and forth that I sit in this spot today, lost and lonely, curled up in a ball and crying myself to sleep. I feel that I am wanted in that beautiful world which I want so badly to live, but I don't know how to build a strong enough bridge to keep me over there and to make the weather right. There will always be storms from time to time, but not like this. Right now, there are storms forming every 2 to 3 days, and it has been getting worse. I'm burning so bad, but I don't know what to do. I'm doing everything I know to build true bridges to the world I love without cheating or deceiving my way there, but nothing's working. Love is burning me to death, and my only desire is to be in that world. I wish I had built more bridges from the beginning so that when one burned, I would still have more. But I didn't know what a wonderful world I had discovered, so I treated it like all the others. Now I'm afraid I will never find my way back to the world I love.